Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk. I'm Heidi Smith, I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the United Kingdom, and today I'm talking about Fine Art Floral. So if you haven't seen the whole of this suite, then do have a look at my Facebook Live that I've done, because I'll show you the whole suite in there. But it is absolutely beautiful, and it has got some super, it's a suite, so it's got stamps, it's got ribbon, it's got all sorts of things that coordinate together, as you would expect. Fabulous coordination. It's centered around this lovely stamp set here with two-step stamping, photopolymer, so you can get that lining up, and you've got, you know me, I love a sentiments and images stamp set, always useful. And I love that this is just a lovely clean font as well, just a type font. And it doesn't look particularly exciting as it is there, but once you start stamping with it and you see the depth that you get of these images, you know, you just get fabulous colour combinations, you know, everything from, you know, I just had a play with all of the colours and with some stamped off. With blues, I have literally gone through the whole sort of rainbow of colours, and that really helps me when I'm starting to sort of decide what flowers I'm going to create to go on my project. So today, the stamp set, I should say, comes with, obviously, with coordinating dies. So we have a die that says "just wants to say." So that says this here, just want to say. The dies cut out these lovely little postage stamps. They cut out the floral bouquet, the little accent flowers, all of those, as you can see there. Acetate on both sides, and it comes with gilding flakes as well. I'll be doing a whole session on gilding flakes, don't worry, because they are absolutely beautiful. So that's the die set, but the flowers are simple enough that if you're starting out, you kind of go, I haven't got a die cutting machine yet. Don't worry, because actually you can create lovely projects with just the stamps, which is what I've got here. So I've used some of the paper, and this is the paper. It's 12 by 12, and on the one side you've got big bold floral images, and on the reverse you've got some more generic patterns. So we've got pinks and blues, so you get 12 sheets, so 2 each of the 6 designs. So on the one side we've got flowers. I love this one. I can say it reminds me of Fleur de Lis, but it's that kind of repeating pattern. Lovely sort of rose effect, a lovely sort of mosaic tile effect on this side. This one I think is absolutely beautiful, and sort of swirly images. And you can see in the back there, these were all hand painted and then photographed, so you really do sort of look at it, and it's got lovely texture of kind of gouache oils on it, but the real kind of texture. And on the back here you'll see some of the colours, so everything from kind of petal pinks through to flirty flamingo, pumpkin pie. You see here we've got a bit of pretty peacock, some coastal cabana. You see the lovely blues and greens there, and then the blues. My preference is probably for the pinks on the one side and the blues on the other side. I kind of like these texture ones, but plenty there to work with. And as you can see here, this is the card we're going to make. And you see I've done some of the gilding on here, and I'll show you how to go about doing that. So that's the first bit we're going to do, because we want to add those gilding flakes. And then I've just done a little bit of stamping on the inside as well in the same colours. And you've just got a lovely sort of suspension card. Obviously you can write your sentiment here, and you've still got a pretty image. So what we're going to start off with is, I'm going to do it in blues, so I'm going to be working with some Pool Party and some Coastal Cabana. So Pool Party is for the main image, and the Coastal Cabana is kind of for the accents as well. Oh, what I should have said is with the just to quickly show you these, with the 12 by 12, you've got coordinating acetate, and 2 of the 3 sheets of acetate, you get 3 sheets, coordinate fully with this. So you can get gilding without actually using the gilding flakes, because these overlay perfectly, or you can do what I'm going to do now, which is work with gilding flakes and show you what they're like. So gilding flakes, first thing you need to know is they will go everywhere if you're not careful, so do make sure that you are fully prepared for that. You'll want your solid image and your accent one. And a piece of card that is, this one is 7 by 9, 6.5 by 8.5. And I've also got the leaf stamp, which in probably some mossy meadow. Yeah, I think that's what I used. Okay. So, first thing, think of our stamp and stamp my main image. Oh, I probably could have cleaned that a little bit better looking at it. Okay, interesting shading. And we'll want that in a bit. And then you just, with this, I kind of line up this pointy bit here and this big solid bit at the bottom with the image below. And add that in, there you go. And there's your, already you can see some real dimension coming in there. Now if you want to, you can go in with your deeper colour again, or with a third colour, and just pop that in the centre there, just add a bit of another accent. And then I'm going to come in with my mossy meadow. There we go, just add that there. Okay, so that's what we're going to lay onto there, but let's talk about gilding flakes. So gilding flakes you can use embossing powder if you want to, or what you can do is use a glue that doesn't dry, sort of that dries tacky. So our Tombow actually is like that, and all you need to do is just add your accents where you would like. So I'm just kind of following some of these round. And I'm just going to leave that to dry to one side while we carry on creating the card, because when that dries it actually is still tacky, perfect for gilding flakes. So we'll leave that to one side and we'll make a move in a moment with my card. Okay, so to create the card base then I've taken a piece of Pool Party rather than Whisper White for a change. Thought it would be rather nice. And I've cut a piece that's 14.5 by 17.5 centimetres. So you can see it's 14.5. So I'm going to score that at 10.5. So that's going to create our standard card base. And then at 14 centimetres, I'm actually going to cut that piece off, like so. Okay. Then I'm going to cut myself a couple of pieces of DSP. Now these just need to be 3 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres. Okay, so if I cut my 2 3-centimetre pieces off, like so, and then just trim those down to 14.5. Now if you prefer a complete layer, then that's absolutely fine, just you can just trim them slightly shorter. Now I haven't put my sentiment on this yet, and that's because I often like to have cards that are handy that I could use for any kind of occasion. I think this is one of those perfect cards for that. So this would, you know, depending on what colours you were doing, it would work well as a sympathy card. It would also work well as a birthday card. So just lots of options. And it's much quicker to quickly stamp and punch a sentiment than it is to create a whole card from scratch. Well, it is for me anyway. So you've now got this kind of gap. So what you want to do is line up this at the very bottom, and we're going to add our next layer. Now what I'm going to use for this is my Stampin' Seal Plus. So I'm just going to add a couple of strips, both top and bottom, quite close together, and this is going to give our card its structure. So the thing to note here is to keep that nice and steady, and then just layer that on. And our suspension card is as simple as that. So that's our basic card. Now he's hoping now you will see it'll go clear. So I'm just going to I'm actually going to quickly add a bit of heat to that to dry it a little bit more. So you could use the heat and stick powder. So here are our gilding flakes. Now you'll see already they are moving everywhere. So things I do with the gilding flakes is first of all I have a larger tub that I tend to store them in, and that is where I work. So I just get a piece of the gilding flakes out and just lay it where I've put the glue, and any little bits will go on there. So that will just take the tackiness of the glue, will just grab those gilding flakes. And this is, I find this better than using our heat and stick if I don't want to stamp a solid image. So, you know, as I said here, I've just literally added some accents, and rub those with your fingers. Make sure you haven't got wet nails, because they will stick to your nails. Or make sure you do, because then you have to be gilded nails. I've got a bit of sponge here, a bit of stamping sponge, and just gently rub over that, and you will find you've then got an image which is just slightly gilded. I do use an anti-static bag on that before I put them in as well. And there you go. So there you have an image which has just got some gold accents rather than a completely gilded stamped image. And then all that's left to do is to pop that onto the panel. And this is just another way of using our gilding flakes. So there we have. Oh, no, I haven't quite finished because I want to stamp some images. Ta-da! Right, so my last little image. So I just judge where that is and just come in. And this one actually worked really well, because that's just going to give a slight watermark effect. There we go, that floral image. Grab my accent. So this is my coastal cabana. I might actually just stamp that off a little first. There we go. Just by stamping off, we have a slightly more muted effect. So there we have a pair of cards. This one is using Pool Party and Coastal Cabana. This one was actually Rococo Rose and Merry Merlot. So they're two quite different looking cards. I'm going to add a few accents onto this one. You can see here I've used the champagne rhinestones with this, which work actually remarkably well with the gilding. Or you could use our lovely gilded pearls as well. And just add those wherever you like. Great for covering up if you've had a slight sort of smudge. And then just going to pop 2 or 3 more over on the right there. So, are your gilded pearls or champagne rhinestones? The champagne rhinestones do pick up the gold, even though they're not completely sort of gold themselves. But I do love gilded pearls. It's lovely and soft. So thanks for watching. Come back and see me again soon, and don't forget, if you'd like to purchase any of the products, pop along to my Stampin' Up shop at heidismith.stampinup.net, or just click on the description below this video and you'll find links to all of the products that I've used, and that'll take you straight to my shop. I would love it if you could choose me as your demonstrator, because at the end of the day, that's what helps fund these free of charge videos. So thanks for watching. Bye!